Hello everybody, Ian Rops, welcome back to an episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we're hauling some fertilizers from Carson City to Tonopah, Nevada, and we got some triples hooked up here today. As you can see them on the side of the road here. Those are our triples in our fertilizer. Let's go ahead and take our parking brake off here and just get into the actual lane here. Ooh, apparently I started in 5th gear. That's funny. Starting in 5th gear. Okay, take the flashers off. We're good. Indicate to go to the left lane here. Admittedly, I started recording this video already and just too many consecutive accidents happened at the start, so I was like, ugh. It's one of those bad starts. I don't know. I'm not sure if that ever happens to you guys, but for me, like every now and then I'll have like everything in the first 5 minutes happens, and then you're like, really? And then after that it's not so bad, but everything in the first 5 minutes just happens to happen. So like, truck, come on. Oh my goodness, this has been happening too. Really, truck? Oh my goodness. I thought the truck was gonna jet out in front of me. Goodness gracious, this was like, it's been kind of funny actually, because that's how it felt like what it was happening. It's like every truck and everything wanted to just jump out in front of me. It's like, hey, look, there's a tractor trailer with triples. Let's go and get in front of that thing. Jeez, that's what it feels like right now. It's ridiculous. That's what I tell you. Oh goodness, it does look pretty cool though. Have to admit that. It's a lot of axles. Hopefully this truck in front of us is going to go at an appropriate speed. I'm going to cruise at a slower than normal speed. I'm going to go for 90 kilometers an hour because when I started this video last time when I was cruising like 105, the truck in front of me decided to slow down considerably, and I just couldn't slow down in time, even after slamming on the brakes too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, I'll cruise at 90 kilometers an hour here, and we'll see how this works out. Hopefully that gives enough space for the truck in front of us to kind of like, you know, make any ridiculous moves it wants to make. Now I don't have like this most powerful truck in, or the most powerful engine here. I'm only rocking like 500 horsepower in this truck, and so I'm not really like, you know, doing anything crazy, but I'm still able to haul this. You know, this is only a 19-ton load. Like it's not super heavy, not by any means at least. So it's actually not terribly difficult for me to keep pace here. I think this is where the accident happened, right here. Right at this exact turn, and I almost got into another one right there too. Apparently, I haven't been driving very much in American Truck Simulator. I think that's become obvious now. Or really obvious to me, considering how many accidents I've already got into since I tried to start this thing, and then... Wow, so this is, what's going on here? Like, this truck is like slowing down. Like, I'm doing... below, like way below the speed limit, unless you must have like a super heavy load. But seriously, like we're not, the whole thing says 113, so I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, let's go back into cruising. Hopefully that guy's gonna be able to keep up the pace, because seriously they're not keeping up the pace very much. So goodness gracious. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think my favorite still is the heavy haul job so far. The doubles and triples are kind of funny though. They can be fun and funny. See, look at this. I'm catching up to this truck and I'm doing 90 again. I don't know what the truck. Maybe there's like a hidden speed limit like that I'm not respecting, but I'm definitely doing less than the actual speed limit. Oh, there it goes. Now I'm doing the actual speed. Let's drop down to 85 here. Just so we give that truck in front of us enough space. And in case he decides to brake really quickly, we'll have enough space between us at least. Because sometimes they make the most ridiculous changes and you're just like, what's going on? Like, why did you stop? Like, why did you hit the brakes? There's nothing in front of you. They're just doing a little brake check. Hey, are you paying attention back there? Boom, apparently not. In my case at least. What can I say? Oh man. Actually, it's been a while since I played American Truck Sim. I've been so involved in Farm Sim lately that it's kind of nice to change the pace a little bit. County line's been really taking my attention. I'm like, oh, what should I do next? I've been thinking about it like when I'm not playing, and like it's really bizarre. I don't know why it's been like that for that series, but I don't know. I've really enjoyed it thus far, and I hope you guys have too. It's been fun to make. A lot of people said in the last one of the last comments that I should check out or start with a BGA, so it's kind of neat. Anyways, we should probably talk about American Truck Simulator while we're in here. Hopefully the new DLC. Actually, there is a new DLC out for ETS, which is the DAF tuning pack. I don't think I've ever driven a DAF, to be honest with you. So I'm a little reluctant to get that particular tuning pack because I've never actually driven a DAF in that game. I think I've always driven a Peterbilt, believe it or not, and a Mercedes when they became available, and that's what I've driven the whole time. I don't think I've ever. I maybe had a DAF when I did a quick job or something like that, but I don't think I've ever actually driven a DAF on purpose, I guess is the way I'm trying to say it. I don't know, maybe they're really nice. Maybe I just haven't given them the time of day. But it seems like there's a new DLC for that, so I might have to take a look at that one. If you have the DAF DLC, let me know what you think of it. So far on Steam, it looks like it's pretty positive. Like it has like, I looked just before I started recording, I think it said 300 plus very positive reviews, which is pretty solid. Usually SES does a pretty good job with their DLCs. I actually like the small little DLCs that add just a little bit to the game. So if, for example, I like the wheel tuning pack for their ATS was really neat, because then you can get some of those funky wheels on your different trucks, and also the steering wheel pack. Oh, this is our turn coming up here. Good thing I was slowing down anyways. Alright, let's make this turn. Please let there be no truck cars there. Okay, we're clear. Whew. That could have been a bit rough. I am running a bit low on fuel, but I think I'll have enough fuel to get to our location without having to fuel up. There we go. Turn the Jake brake off here, or the engine brake. But yeah, I like the little DLCs that the SES adds to ATS and ETS. The little paint jobs are kind of neat. I think I have quite a few paint jobs now in ETS. My favorite's still the Canadian paint job though. It looks really good in the Mercedes. But I actually started messing around with some of the other ones. I have a few for American Truck Simulator too, but I just haven't. I think what was the last one I used? I think what was it? I don't know what it was actually. Oh, apparently I'm speeding. Should pay attention to the speed limits here. And the road apparently too. I'm just like all over the place today. I'm like looking outside. Like if I was driving in real life, I'd be like looking out the window. I'm like, oh look, a bird, and like totally getting distracted by the bird. That's what it feels like right now. Oh goodness. Let me get a drink of water here. One sec. Anyways, so yeah, the little DLCs are kind of nice. Like I think I have all the DLCs for ATS so far. The wheel, I like the wheel one especially. That's kind of neat because it's one of the things you look at all the time is your wheel, your steering wheel. So it's nice to have a variety of options for your choosing, sort of thing. One thing I kind of miss is the cabin accessories DLC. I don't know why they haven't brought it to ATS yet. It's kind of bizarre. I'm not sure the reasoning behind it. Like, maybe I've seen the reasoning before and I just totally forget, which is entirely possible, but I just think that it would be a nice little extra je ne sais quoi, if you're French. A little bit of I don't know what, basically. Kind of makes your truck a little bit more like yours, because right now it's kind of empty on the inside. And that's one thing that we're kind of missing from ETS, because ETS has that cabin accessory DLC, and so you're able to, customize the inside of your truck to whatever you like. So you can have some dice hanging from the I guess what would normally be the rear view mirror, but where you hang your dice from, like where the radio is up there, or you can have like a backpack or something, or your laptop or something like that. So I don't know, I just think it adds a little bit of extra to the inside of your truck, because you're always in the inside of your truck on this game. So it's nice to have those additional features like the steering wheels, different dashboards, for example, and have those different cabin accessories. But this truck, I don't think you can get anything in this truck, if memory serves. Oh, we're turning right, so we better slow down here. Alright, apparently we're coming to a dead stop here for some reason. Oh, I guess someone's turning left, I'm assuming. This is going to be a tight road to turn right onto, from the looks of it. Turn the big brake off here. Going onto the I-95, it looks like. I guess that's how you'd say it in the United States. The I-95, Interstate 95. In Canada, I think we would just say Highway 95. I guess in the United States, you guys, what do we say? We say highway, you guys say freeway, that's what you say. Maybe, I wonder what the original reason behind, saying freeway was. Was it because it was actually free and not a paid toll highway? That's my guess. Maybe there's more to it than just that, but, oh, totally missed that gear. I think that's why they call it a freeway. Or maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But in Canada, at least in Ontario, it's like, it's all just highway. There's no, they don't call it a freeway. Like we do have one toll highway that I know off the top of my head, which is the 407, which is amazing to drive on, if you've ever driven on the 407. Ooh, that might be a little too early on that shift. This uphill is kind of taking a little bit of the wind out of the sails of this truck a little bit. Yeah, but as far as I know, the 407 is the only toll highway that we have in Ontario. There are some toll bridges across Canada, so like the Confederation Bridge, which goes from, I guess it would be is it Nova Scotia or New Brunswick? I think it's New Brunswick to PEI, whatever the Confederation Bridge that connects to the mainland to PEI. I don't know which state, I don't know which province it is connected to for whatever reason, top of my head, but geography is not necessarily my super strong suit, as I've demonstrated multiple times, I'm sure, in ETS. Oh, we need to shift up here. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it's funny, when you compare the Coast to Coast map, I know, there's a new version of the Coast to Coast map, I think it's at 2.21, I think is the latest version that I saw. And maybe with that version it's really nice, in comparison to what I was using before. But when you drive around, like, you know, here in Nevada, and you look around, you're like, ooh, that's pretty nice, actually. They did a good job. Like, even though it's just desert still, but they added, like, you know, houses, there's some, like, industrial, there's some commercial, there's some residential in areas, so it's kind of nice to see all those variations. But on the Coast to Coast map, you do have it, but it's not to the same level of detail, which is to be expected, because it's a free mod, right? So, like, but you do have some really high level of detail in ETS, with, for example, the Pro mods, or the Russian map, which is one of my favorites. But I haven't installed in a long time because I just don't play ETS very often, and when I do, I don't have to deal with updating mods often. So I basically have gone as modless as possible, almost. A little brake check there, apparently, from those people. They're like, oh, hey, there's that truck coming again. Let's go ahead and do that brake check just to make sure they're on their way. There you go. Look at that. Pretty cool. This is my first time actually hauling triples, to be honest with you. So it's no wonder that I actually got into a few accidents there before. Well, you didn't see them, but I definitely crashed a few times before I recorded. I started recording them, like, that was just, and then I stopped the recording because I was just like, you know, those really rough starts. You're like, I need to do a little, get it started a little bit better than this. It's okay if a crash happens in the middle where you're kind of like, you know, it's one little thing that happens, that's okay. But if it's like, you know, multiple times in the first 5 minutes, then I'm like, facepalm. I'm like, okay. Like, what's going on here? Why are they going so slow all the time? Like I said, I don't have a super powerful truck, so I don't know why I'm able to you know, make this hill without a problem in comparison to these guys, but ooh, that was a bad shift. Losing it, I lost attention. I looked at my phone briefly for a second. That's why they say don't text and drive, right? So that's how you run into trouble and you get into accidents. Yeah, they're going kind of slow. Anytime though, you can speed up. Apparently they're not going to. Oh well, looks like our turn's coming up here anyway soon. Or something's coming up. U-Haul. Actually, it's funny. I've only ever driven like one U-Haul, I think, maybe one or two. And I drove them when I moved from my old apartment into my new apartment, and it was like a 16-foot cube truck, I guess it would be, something like that. It's kind of interesting to drive. It's my first time ever driving one of those. And then that same, I guess, the time we dropped off our stuff here, we went to go pick up a couch. Oops, that's our turn. I just get so involved in talking, apparently. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's our turn. Anyways, like I was saying, and we had to go pick up the cube. We got the cube van, then we had to go pick up a couch once we dropped off all the stuff for the new apartment. And I remember this one time, this guy, we were driving down the road, and for whatever reason, a biker decides to come up right beside me while I'm in this truck. Like, and I didn't leave a whole lot of space beside where the truck was and the curb, but apparently the biker thought it was a good idea to do that. You know, that's not every biker does that, of course, but some bikers just don't think, I think. And that can cause problems when they think they're invincible when they're really not. Alright, is this going to be a one-shot right here? But I don't know, it was bizarre. So like he basically, the funny thing was, like, as I was I was just at a stoplight and he came up right beside me, and he actually hit the mirror, and like I was stopped though. That was the funny thing. And like it kind of like went past the mirror a little bit. I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, first time. So there you go. First time with the triples. A little rough, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A little rough. There's the legs going down there. Nice. Satisfactory? Yeah. So that's why, like I said, it was satisfactory. I did a little damage to that trailer. 10,000 for 400, level 27, yep. Skill rank bonus. Nice. We're almost at level 28. Sweet. So there you go, folks. That's triples. It's a really long load, so yeah, be careful of your of your truck, and maybe not use the extra tag lift, or I guess the extra axle there, because it's probably not necessary in a lot of cases, because it's not a heavy haul. Anyways, folks, my name's Ian Robson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more American Truck Simulator. If you like what you saw, go ahead and leave a comment for asking for some more American Truck Simulator. So I only do this once in a while, so keep that in mind. And if you want to see more, leave a comment below. Anyways, catch you guys later.